Hello everyone! Today we are going to be doing a What's Behind Your Mask by Cassie Stevens. So what we're going to need for everyone, we're going to need a piece of paper or a sketchbook paper, notebook paper, printer paper, whatever you have available to you. We're also going to need a pencil with an eraser and something to color with. That can be colored pencils, markers, crayons, again, anything that you have available to you. So once you gather those materials, we'll get started. So once we have all of our materials, first we're going to set up our paper. So you can set those colored pencils aside. And as you can see, our paper is folded. We have folded into 3 parts. We have a larger area, a middle section, and a bottom section. Each of these sections is going to reveal what's behind us. So in one section we are going to have our mask. In another section we are going to have our portrait. And in the middle we will have some words and pictures about ourselves. Alright, so with this paper, if you want to take your paper, it's going to be the long way. As you can see, it's not to the side, so it's not long. It's not horizontal. We're going to have it vertical, so the long way facing you. So once you have it in the long way, we are going to fold it like a hamburger. So I'm going to take the bottom edge of my paper and I'm going to bring it all the way up to the top. And once I have my edges nice and straight, I'm going to make a nice fold on the bottom. See how I'm taking my finger and I'm just making a nice seal along the bottom. Again, we are going to have our paper open long ways. We're going to fold this edge up all the way to the top. Once it's connected, we are going to seal that across the bottom. So we are going to keep it folded. We're going to take this edge, see how it opens away from us. We're going to take this top piece and we're going to fold it down to this bottom edge right here. So again, we're going to take the top piece and we are going to fold it all the way down to the edge. Again, once our edges are nice and lined up, we are going to take our finger and we are going to seal that crease. Again, we have this top piece and we took it all the way down and lined it up and sealed it with our fingers. If you open that up, we'll see that we have one larger section, a middle section, and a bottom section. So in this, we are going to fold our paper back up just like this. So I have the flap opening closest to me and I only have one piece on this side. On this top section right here, so we have our fold right here on this top section, we are going to take our pencil and we are going to start by drawing our eyes. So what you're going to do is right next to this line right here, we're going to take our pencil. We're going to make 2 lines. Now these can be any size that you would like. Remember, these are eye-shaped and we have to fit our hair, our ears, and the rest of our face. So we're going to take those lines right there, as you can see. Then we are going to come all the way up and make a little arc, like an upside down U. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Going to make an upside down U. And if you make a mistake, that's why we have our eraser and we're going to draw light until we know it's right. So I'm going to do this in Sharpie just to show you a little bit closer. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy markers over here. That way you can see it a little bit. So I'm going to outline that in Sharpie. Again, I created 2 lines on the bottom. And I created an upside down U or an arc shape on top. This created our eyes. So inside our eyes, we are going to make little circles. So at this bottom, the first lines we drew, we're going to come in just a little bit and we're going to make a tiny circle. See how I'm filling in that spot? So I'm going to start on an edge, leave a little bit of white space, and I'm going to curl it up just like that. Inside, we're going to make our pupil, so we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do this inside the arc we just drew. So I'm going to make another circle, and again, repeat on the other. And if you want to, you can make another tiny circle somewhere within your pupil to leave that white space. In there, we'll just fill it in, that inner circle, to fill in our pupils. Next, if you want to add eyelashes, you can add some eyelashes. You don't have to if you don't want to. But next, after we have our eyes drawn, it is time to make our eyebrows. And what we're going to do here, as you can see, I made little arcs again. So starting towards the middle of my eye, I'm going to make 2 little dots. See how they come up right next to those lines. And I'm going to take this dot and I'm just going to follow and make a curved eyebrow shape. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And if you want to make it more than just a line, you're going to make a little mark up, almost like we're making a 1. Once we have that 1 drawn, we are going to take this side and we're going to connect it to the bottom. Again, watch, I'll go nice and slow. I'm going to start right in this corner here, and then I'm going to connect it to the first line that I just drew. And there we go. We have our eyes and our eyebrows. Now it's time for our hair. So all of us have different types of hair. So you're just gonna start by making a arc again. So I'm gonna connect it. So I'm gonna make a dot right here because that's where my hairline is going to be. And I'm going to make another dot right on the edge. See, right on the edge of this flap right here. That's where I know I want my line to connect. And I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. So I'm going next to connect my dots together. And again, we're going to be using a pencil. I'm just using a marker so you can see it a little bit better. So if you make a mistake or want to make a different hair shape, you can do that with your pencil. So there I go. I have my forehead already drawn. So before I do my hair, I want to add some ears. So starting right across from the top of my eye, I'm going to make a backward C and a forward C. But I'm stopping when I get to this flap. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And now it's time to draw my hair. So you can make short hair, long hair, curly hair, any type of hair that you would like. So I'm gonna make my hair over here. We'll make it a little bit curly. Maybe we'll keep it short. So I'm just gonna keep that just like this. You can add bangs, and then if you add bangs, you want to make sure that you erase that forehead line that we just drew. And there we go. We have the top of our face. After we have the top of our face drawn, we are going to start and make our chin and our mask. So as you can see here, my lines connect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right down the center between my eyes, and I'm gonna make a little dot where the bottom of my chin is going to be. As we can see here, that's going to be the bottom of my chin. Then I'm gonna start, see my lines over here? I'm just gonna connect them, and I'm gonna bring my marker down, connect to my chin. I'm gonna do the same thing on this other side over here, and we are going to connect again. So that gives us our face shape. And if you made longer hair, what you're going to do is you're just gonna extend that drawing. So what I mean by extend that drawing is you're going to finish the bottom just as I did here. So we're gonna pretend that our paper is not folded and continue that. And then once we have our hair drawn, we're just gonna give ourselves a little neck. And we have our head shape. So now it's time to draw our mask. So leaving a little bit of space from the top of the fold, we're gonna come down and make another dot right in the center, just like this. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm going to take it all the way out to the outside of my face, and I'm gonna connect it, those lines. Do the same thing on the other side, and voila, we have a mask. Now inside this mask, you can decorate it in any way you want. But remember, we're going to keep in mind our shapes, lines, and colors. So once we have our mask all drawn in with our shapes, lines, and keeping in mind our color, we're gonna open it all the way up, just as this one. So we're gonna repeat very similar steps to what we did on this bottom when we created our mask, but we are going to be doing it in this top section right here. So right above that middle fold, we're gonna be drawing from here up. So in this, we are going to be drawing our happy little faces behind our mask. We can do any type of emotion that we would like. We can be happy, we can be ecstatic, we can be crazy, we can be silly. We can be anything that we want to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to, again, from that middle line, come up just a little bit and make a dot. And just like we did on our bottom of our mask, we are going to connect this dot to the side of our face of the line we already have drawn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here and I'm going to bring my marker all the way down and connect my line. Again, repeating on the other side. Again, if you make a mistake, that's okay. That's why we draw light until we know it's right. So there we go. We have our face shape. In our face shape, we're going to continue our ears and our hair. If you made your hair go longer, so you're going to do that. You can add some earrings if you'd like, or you can leave them blank, whatever you would like to do. And again, we're going to make little lines on the bottom to make our neck. So now it's time to draw our face. So with this, I'm going to start right in the middle and we're just going to draw our nose. So we're just going to make a little upside down U or an arc shape, just like we did with our eyes up here. Now it is time to make our mouth. So maybe I'll make this a silly mouth. Just like this one's open, I'm going to make this one silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two little markers, two little dots, just so I know where I want my mouth to finish. Gonna make it a big old silly grin. So I'm gonna connect those lines just like that, and I'm gonna make it come down all the way and connect to the top. Give it some freckles if you have freckles. And I'm gonna make my tongue, so I'm just gonna make little arcs in there. And I'm gonna add my teeth. And there we go. We have our face all drawn in. Now, in this section that we have left, our blank space right here, we are going to fill that up with different things that show who we are. So in this section right here, we are going to be using words, pictures, and colors to help show who we are. So as you can see here, I drew some sports because I love to do different sports. I did artistic because I'm an artist. I said helpful, kind, and happy. And look, I even drew a little smiley face. So in this section right here, you're going to write different words, pictures, or different shapes to represent who you are. And then once we're all done with that, we're going to be able to color in our what's behind our mask project. And that's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoy this project.